What's up, everyone? This is Brooks for you, and this has really felt like a space week. So here we have our Throwback Friday sets. They're from Life on Mars. Let's get right into it. The two sets here on the left, it's the Excavation Searcher, and on the right, it's the Mono Jet. Yeah, funny little names, but that's just what they call it. Even though it doesn't look like a jet at all, it's still called that. I have no real idea why. So yeah, let's get right into this. So we have three Martians we're going to take a look at. First up is Pollux. She uses the battle droid torso, custom molded legs, dark turquoise battle droid arms, and that head with the the tang, the mask and the what's called tubes. His name is Pollux. Next up, we have Canopus, who you can tell the head is this this tan, like face mask. One eye is now robotic, the other eye is still regular, has some tubes. Tan valve torso, tan legs, dark turquoise arms. That is Canopus. And last up, we have Vega. Actually, I just noticed this Canopus does not have ears. I'm going to have to take a look into that. Vega, pretty cool little figure. Not too, interesting compared to the others. But let's just take a quick look at the Canopus figure on Bricklink, because mine does not have ears. And I think that is very interesting. So apparently there's one variant with and without ears. I'm just going to look into this very quickly and be right back. I cannot find a definite answer, but yeah, my Canopus definitely does not have ears. I know some of them do not have ears, but that's just very interesting. We then have this human astronaut from the Monojet, which has that little human torso with some little bits of detailing. Very basic face, very shiny visor, just called Assistant. First look at the Monojet. One big wheel in the center. These little bits of circuitry on the side. You have this little thing that can, I guess, shoot. I don't know. I don't really know what it does. Vents, little control panel. Really, it just zooms. It just zooms. And let's just take figures, move them away for just 1 second, because these Martians can get damaged very easily. And I do not want to accidentally kill a Lego Martian, because those are not most fun to replace. So here we have this little speeder bike, essentially, that you can have a figure hold on to, and they go zoom. Has this really cool printed piece on the back, another control panel. I also just really love this piece right here. You can see multiple on the actual walker itself. It's just a very interesting little design that feels very Life on Mars in general. Here we have the rather big set itself, the Excavation Searcher. So first off, we have this little panel right here that, looks round, kind of go up and down. On the other side, we have this little claw. These can both go in and out. There's this little piece that will go up and down. We'll be right back. As you can see, there's a little printed piece at the top right here, and there's these almost two little antennas. Almost look like eyes. We have these two old Technic pieces in tan, just adding some armor. And on both sides, we have these legs, which are on these joints, and they can, move. I am having a real problem trying to get this properly sturdy on this foot for some reason. I just know it's because it appears to be mismounted, which would make sense based on my problem, which means I'm actually missing a piece to the set on the back, because there isn't a second dish like that. I don't know. It's that way on the other side. I also just noticed there's a cracked brick. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have to look back at the instructions. This is an old set. But here we also have, on either side, we have these printed pieces again. On the back, we have this little crane. Can move like that. little control panel. Once again, these can move back and forth. Then here on the center section, we have this area for cargo. Let's move this back just a little. Let's take one of these off. Both of these have a different little rock inside, but it has this orange piece and then a red piece on top like that. It's pretty cool design, honestly. Now let's move this set to the side for just a moment, and let's look at the other part of the set. This is the aero tube gate that would connect to the pneumatic tubes that this line was known for. I obviously do not have one of those, but this would attach to that. You'd be able to send characters back and forth. There's another one of these pieces. Some hoses to go here, and of course this is related to this build, and I'll show you that in just one second. Little things for the gate. Sorry, I just heard a motorcycle outside. There's dark turquoise right there. There's some different parts. Also, these are in satin purple. Pretty cool. You can actually attach it to this vehicle. Okay. If you did it correctly, unlike me, you're not supposed to have that part break off. But this is, again, an older set. Connections do get very tight because I messed up this set. Technically, wait, how did I mess it up this badly? I'm sorry. Even for me, that's impressive. Oh, it's because I offset by 1. So just do that. So you can see it would hang on to that like that, and it becomes a much bigger. If I can even move this just slightly bigger bit, but then you can also detach it. And then another really cool feature of these sets is that pretty much every single part of the Martian vehicles can come apart. Like that. Just remove those parts. You can also remove this front part even, so kind of mix and match. You're not meant to do this, but I'm guessing, many a kid did something like this. Just, remove the cargo area. There's a lot of possibilities with these, and all the sets were interchangeable. It was a very, very cool system that I really hope we see this level of modularity in, well, a theme other than Lego City modulars. But yeah, let's just get these parts right back together. And again, this is a really impressive overall build. It's pretty big. It's honestly held up pretty well, in my opinion, except for a couple of parts. It would be done differently nowadays. But yeah, so these were 2 LEGO Life on Mars sets. These released in 2001. And like another set we looked at from, this kind of throwback so far, it feels dated. And I'm actually going to go grab the Vulture Droid for this. In a lot of ways, original Star Wars sets and Life on Mars were very similar, and almost, I'd be willing to say, are siblings, in that they use a lot of similar connections, similar pieces, even a similar color palette with this Vulture in particular. But a lot of the pieces we as Star Wars fans have on our sets, even battle droids, we can kind of attribute to the sibling theme of Life on Mars. And I think Life on Mars, and also another theme that I think cannot go unmentioned when talking about Star Wars, is Rock Raiders. Rock Raiders, Rock Raiders, Rock Raiders. But I'll link a video in the description below talking about Rock Raiders specifically, because R.R. Slugger did a better job on that than I ever could. But yeah, thank you all for watching. What do you think about these older sets? And goodbye.